Hi, welcome to my podcast, Diamonds in the Rough. I'm your host, Siddharth Mane. And for our first guest, we have rapper, cricket player, table tennis player, Aniruddha Chiplunkar, or as his rap name goes, Inspector Realistic. What's up, bro?
Not much. You don't have to name all of that, but yes, rap is what I got going on, and I do play those two sports competitively.
Nice, nice. So, yeah, so we don't see a lot of rappers, especially in teenagers and especially in the brown community, because
Right.
everything is so academically focused.
Academically, yes.
Everything is like like just study, 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 and then get into a good college,
Facts.
and
True.
then just make a lot of money when you grow up. That's pretty much
Uh-huh.
what it goes.
Yeah.
So how did you get into rap? Like, did you ever have any like people? Did you have anyone telling you cannot do this? No, don't do this.
Yes.
How'd you
I
get
used to be in Cupertino. Everybody then told me that I was like the bottom tier in that city. I didn't like it. I'm glad I moved to Princeton, but everybody told me I first wanted to do it just because I tried. I didn't have anything. I was one of the dumbest in the class, and then I just said, "Yo, let me do rap." Everyone told me my voice was the main reason, and they had personal reasons aside of that. But then I think what got me to be okay about my voice was hearing Little Skies, because his voice is comparable to mine, but auto-tuned, of course.
yeah,
But
like you
I
said
just thought it
before.
was okay because, and then I said that despite my voice or what I talk about, I'm gonna talk about stuff that applies to me. So if anyone got anything to say, I'll just be like, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Like I said, it's like school is a huge thing, especially where
it
we're
is.
from, especially just our age. We're like 10th grade is an important year. College is
Mm-hmm.
especially
10th, 11th, 12th, all
yeah.
are
You
important
got like
years.
SATs next year and stuff. How did you balance music with school, especially since like we're getting a lot of workload, and then there's also COVID and stuff. How did you
Right.
balance that?
I set a mindset that I'd put music aside at sometimes and then not treat music like it's the main priority or it's a job. And school isn't even a job, but it's what gets you your job. It's what saves your life.
Yeah, for sure.
I can rap for my life, but it's not going to do anything with what I
Yeah,
have right now. But
yeah,
I can study my life off and then just this is all metaphorically. and then I can do good in school. Then
yeah,
I can focus on other things. Once I get my own job and house and everything, I can put rap up and then
yeah,
prioritize it if I want. But
yeah,
then I put it aside when I need school to be the priority.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like talking about, putting rap to the side, did you ever have to make any sacrifices when you were trying to do rap? Did you ever have to like put anything, be like, oh, I can't do this just because of school or just for any reasons? Did you have to make any sacrifices?
I delayed my whole start of my rap career for a year. I
Yeah,
was supposed to release Hit 'em Up in 2019, but I did not.
yeah,
And I took all my music off my catalog. I said, no, let's just focus on school, get yourself known a little bit more, and then do it.
yeah,
And then, other than music, I had to drop cricket in ninth grade because I toured the UK 3 times for a
damn,
competitive tour, three
that's,
times, and then I missed the third time because of school. I had to take a course, not because I failed anything. I just wanted to get ahead. I had to take a course, and then I just didn't want to be the underdog in cricket again. Underdog, I mean, I didn't want to sit out because I missed the practice games.
oh yeah,
That
yeah.
happened. I had to put table tennis aside later because of marching band, I had no time to do table tennis
Because
over the
marching band,
weekends.
if you do marching band, you can't do anything else.
I like marching band, but I had to put table tennis aside.
Yeah, yeah,
And of course, COVID. I wanted to rejoin table tennis, and then COVID hit, and I'm like, no, this might not work because I could play competitive national leagues all the time, but are they safe? Are the people who I play against
yeah,
safe? You
yeah,
still touch the ping pong ball.
yeah. Because you can be safe, but the other person can be like
Yeah,
stupid. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah. All
And
right.
then
Yeah.
yeah, and then rap, I just I put it aside at times. After I dropped my first album, I told people the very selfless lie that I was stopping rap for a few months just to get my style perfected. No, I didn't know what COVID school, online school would bring.
Oh,
So I
so you
just put
took a
it
break.
aside.
You took a break
Yeah.
to focus on like adapt to school,
Yeah. And
because
then I'm
that's a
like,
huge thing for us, adapting
yeah.
to
And
COVID.
then I'm just, yeah, I knew that people would like, oh, Inspector's big return. Let's get on. I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. So I just brought my best back. I'm like, okay, I got school on a steady flow and rhythm. Then I dropped FOE and I'd be like, hey guys, here's a meaningful song about friendship and everything. Go over that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to make any sacrifices for school? Like, wait, like you told me how you had to put aside, your rap and your cricket and your ping pong. Did you ever sacrifice anything in school? Like, oh, I'll do this homework later for music, or I'll do this homework later for cricket or ping pong. Like, did you ever have to sacrifice school, or did you?
I put school first. I got work done earlier just to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I had the mindset that I'm gonna do music later today, so let's work harder in school.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good mindset because like we were talking before, like rap can get you to a certain level, but then it won't be
Yeah.
forever. If
Yep.
anything, like right now, like you're talking about COVID, like we were talking before this. Actually, this is a second take for our podcast. I didn't
Yes.
hit the record button. You were talking about how rappers, make money off things like shows, a lot of
Shows.
shows, but
Mostly
with
shows.
with COVID, these shows can't happen. So these rappers
Yeah.
are like they don't know what to do, but then if you have like a steady job like a
Yeah.
you know
A working
IT
job.
or
IT. Yeah.
yeah QI or anything,
Yeah.
you have a steady job.
Yeah.
So like when you told everyone, or when you actually put out your first music, or told everyone that like, yeah, guys, I'm a rapper, what was the reaction around you, like your parents, friends, anyone?
My parents were like, they let it pass because I wasn't swearing in my music. I'm keen on that because I just think that it's a bigger win when you get a non-rap fan who likes your music.
Oh
But
yeah,
then
yeah.
aside from that, that's what my parents thought. Then my friends were just like in their heads. I know they were appreciating me just to flatter me, but then in their heads, I know they've told me that they didn't think it would work out.
Oh
But then
yeah.
I started telling them what I was rapping about. Like I'm about to drop a song called "Depth of Silence." That's about It's an awareness that teens do drugs and get depressed. I'm about to drop a song called that.
Oh, that's a
Yes,
really important
yeah,
thing.
yeah. And then that's what they thought. And then acquaintances, haters, of course, they do what they do.
Yeah, for sure, they're gonna do that no matter what.
No matter what.
So, like I was, if you listen, I listen to music, and if anyone is listening to Ani's music, Inspector's music, you see that like you don't just rap about things like cars and chains or whatever. You rap about things. A lot of your songs are about like friendships,
Yeah,
bullying, or
things that
many
matter
things that matter pretty much.
to everybody. Yeah,
Would you ever rap about like an achieve? So would you ever rap about flexing, or would you ever like go
I
like,
would when I have it.
oh okay,
That's what separates me and anybody else who's real with it from people ask me, Ani, are you a SoundCloud rapper? Like, just before they're about to do a rant on SoundCloud rappers, I say, no, I'm on SoundCloud. Statistically, literally, I'm a SoundCloud rapper. You can call me that
like
by,
technically
by
you
a
are.
fact, but yeah, technically, that's the word I was looking for. And then, but I separate from them by how I rap because I first of all, I rap with lyrical wit and a good cadence, like how rappers started and
Yeah,
back in the 80s and stuff. And then I rap about things that I go through. I rap about how I was bullied. I rap about things that I thought about earlier. I rapped about how I made it out. I rap about hating or dealing with hate. That's
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. All right, I was talking about like how it's so different. There's always going to be haters and stuff.
of course.
When you started pursuing rap, did the people around you be like, oh, this kid's whack, let's leave him alone? Like, did you ever feel like alienated or left alone by the people you knew when you started rapping?
I think it's a 50-50 because like the acquaintances of people, they were always going to do it. I just had to find out how to get through that, push that negative world out,
Yeah,
and then just make sure that the people close to me supported what I did, even if they didn't mean it, not make it too, how do I
uh,
say it? Not much of a negative effect.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just a
Like
fake
they,
aesthetic that they
they
were
they they
doing.
could be fake, but then as long as they're not putting you down, yeah,
Yeah, and that is another thing. You're always going to have that in this world. That's one thing that aside from music, aside for everything, you just got to, people that even you don't know what they think about if they're not saying it.
yeah, yeah. And last question. This is just for fun. Who's your
Yeah.
favorite artist or favorite artists? Rap music artist,
Yeah.
to be specific.
I'm going to give three
All
in
right.
actually, I'm going to give four in a non-specific order.
Okay.
And the fourth person is under the three.
Go for it.
So
Go
okay,
for it. Yeah.
Nipsey Hussle just for inspiring,
Yeah.
and then his wasn't directly to Indian kids, but his was to people.
Yeah. No, he was. That I feel like that's what he was known for. His
Yeah,
inspiration. He was giving back to his community a lot, and he
yeah.
was a yeah.
And then on the side, I'm actually gonna do five. So Nipsey Hussle. On the side of that, I'm gonna say Tupac Shakur. Even though I
Yeah.
wasn't in his era or anything, I could still things he said in 1998 are still true now.
which that's a bad. Like some of those things are like bad. You know what I mean? Like
really bad things. But
racism
then,
or you
and
know.
although he was African American, he talked about stuff that happened around the world, around in different communities.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, that's so real. And
Yeah.
then number three, I'm gonna say Kendrick Lamar for an artist, just an
Oh yeah,
artist.
he's a great.
The
He won the around the amount of same amount of Grammys I think like Michael Jackson. I
yeah,
mean, he's
he's
an
one of the most
amazing artist.
awarded artists, just artist wise. And there are schools in America that study him among Shakespeare and people. There are Kendrick Lamar
Wow.
quizzes
No,
because
that just proves
yeah,
what
it's literature. People forget that music is literature
yeah.
and rap is music.
Yeah, people. I think that's overlooked just because, like, I mean, like, you sometimes you can't really blame them because you see like those
Yeah,
phony
the
rappers that just like, yeah,
stereotypical rappers
yeah.
that ruin the image for
All right, so I think
meaningful others.
that was
That's
three.
three. That's three. Then
Yeah.
the fourth person who I put under everybody else is Little Skies, just because he made it okay for me, for my voice and how I look, just for doing. Because Little Sky's voice is high. He's just a horny teenager that made rap. So that's
Yeah,
just I'm like
yeah,
I just think that's cool and how he made it. And then just a fifth one who is above Little Skies and with everyone else is unexpectedly Little Baby because he improved so much. He became that mumble rapper who was rapping about his jewelry to the most meaningful artist of 2020.
yeah, for sure. I think that actually like okay like whatever happened like with the whole Black Lives BLM movement,
Yeah.
like the whole George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery,
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff that happened. I think that kind of brought out a more meaningful side in a lot of
A
music
little
artists
bit.
because they had to speak up on what happened, especially Lil Baby, like the bigger
Yeah.
picture.
The bigger picture.
Yeah,
That's elevated literature. That's
or
not even
like
a song. It's a
like
elevated literature. Yeah.
yeah, or like Meek Mill, Other Side of America, like all those
Uh-huh.
songs. I think that brought
Yeah.
out a meaningful side in people, like with the whole
Yeah.
George Floyd.
While
So
we were reposting on Instagram and other artists were just doing like Justice for Floyd, they were doing that and they were making sort of songs about it. Little Baby dropped a song where it was addressing the matter, but it was spreading a bunch of messages like this is not the way of life. We can change now, but we got to start somewhere. Might as well cut in hair, start here. And then I ain't really into faces. All colored people aren't dumb. All whites aren't racist. He was saying stuff that was meaningful at a universal level. It
yeah,
was unbiased.
yeah. So those are
I
your
don't think
top
I
five.
quoted those. Yeah,
But like we got the message, right? Yeah. So
yeah.
those are your top five
That
favorite
is my
rappers.
top five. That was a very difficult process for me to talk about because you asked for a favorite artist and I named five people. Whatever.
No. You're good. You're good. All right. So okay. So
Yes.
so then I guess that's it. Do you have any social media you like to plug your music?
I just like, well, of course, I announce everything on Instagram,
Yeah.
but
So your
I
Instagram.
just,
You want to
yeah,
shout that out?
it's just Inspector Realistic, Inspector
Inspector
underscore
Realistic. Okay,
realistic.
I'll put his
Yes.
socials, his YouTube, his music, his YouTube channel, his
Yes.
Instagram, and all links in description. Please check them out.
Yes.
His music is much
Thank you
better than
very
you'll think.
much.
It's
And you guys better subscribe to this. You have this and you're putting on YouTube and what other platform?
Anchor. Yeah. So if
Anchor.
anyone's
Okay.
wondering, I'll be posting on Anchor and YouTube once a week.
Yes. Subscribe, like, do anything to support this because
All
we,
right, thank you. Yeah, for sure.
yes.
Yeah, and then if anyone's wanting to go into music, take Anya as an example, and just go
Thank
for
you.
it. Go
Thank you.
for it. All
Thank you
right,
very
cool.
much.
So yeah,
Yes. Happy New Year, 2021. Let's make it a great year and not reflect on we got to reflect on past mistakes and not bring
repeat
them
them.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. All right, cool.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Let's get it.